Vantau was set as the world's best male and female shuttlers representing 16 teams gathered in Finland. With all eyes on the ultimate prize. A showcase of strength, power and determination.
Oh, that has to be point of the tournament. Has to be.
And Momota taking the distance here to world number one.
Malaysia have done it. They've created history.
This is the TotalEnergies BWF Sudirman Cup Finals 2021 review show. Top seeds China arrived in Vantau with a strong squad, with the likes of Tokyo Olympic women's singles champion Chen Yufei, mixed doubles gold medalists Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping, as well as women's doubles silver medalists Zheng Qingchen and Jia Yifan. The 11-time winners were favoured to retain the title. After sweeping past India and host nation Finland, China were given the first real test in Group A by Thailand. Supak Jumko and Kitinupong Kedren scored a commendable victory over He Ziting and Tan Xiang in men's doubles, before Kunlavut Vititan took a surprise win over world number 10, Shi Yuqi. It was a maiden win over a top 10 player for the 3-time world junior champion.
And he has though, 21-17.
But points from other top guns ensured China a 3-2 win to top the group. Despite the absence of the talismanic Ratchanok Intanon, the Thai team joined the Chinese in the knockout round with convincing wins over India and Finland. In Group B, Chinese Taipei and Korea eased past the other two teams, Germany and debutants Tahiti, before their showdown in the final group tie. Men's pair Choi Sol-gyu and Seo Sung-jae and women's singles shuttler An Soo-young duly delivered the points against their lower-ranked counterparts, while Hyo Kwang-hee produced the most surprising result. The world number 34, who stunned top seed Kento Momota at the Tokyo Olympics, continued his giant-killing performance against world number 4 Cho Tien-chen, Hyo upsetting the form book to topple Cho and give the Koreans an unassailable lead.
Mystics 21-17, the deciding game in favour of Hyo Kwang-hee.
Further victories in women's doubles and mixed doubles saw the 2017 champions securing a lopsided 5-0 scoreline to win the group. In Group C, frontrunners Indonesia and Denmark dispatched the National Badminton Federation of Russia and Canada with relative ease before their clash in the final tie. World number 1 men's pair Marcus Fernaldi-Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo were outstanding as they downed Mads Pila Kolding and Fredrik Søgaard in straight games to put Indonesia in the lead. Denmark struck back with their singles, Mia Blichfeldt coming out on top in 3 games against Putri Kusuma Wardani.
Yeah, convincing in the deciding game.
For world number 3, Anders Antonsen bested world number 5, Anthony Sinisuka Ginting.
Absolutely brilliant from Anders Antonsen.
19.
And one will do her first ever victory over Anthony Ginting in their 5th meeting.
The doubles players came to the rescue again for Indonesia as Tokyo Olympic women's doubles champions Gracia Poli and Apriani Rahayu and world number 4 mixed doubles stars Praveen Jordan and Melati Daiva Octavianti subdued their Danish counterparts 3-2, the overall score to Indonesia as they advanced to the knockout stage as group winners. Drawn alongside Malaysia, England and Egypt, 2019 runners-up Japan were the overwhelming favourites to ace Group D. Led by the top-ranked men's singles player in the world, Kento Momota, Japan whitewashed England and Egypt to set up a top-of-the-table clash against Malaysia, who were also unbeaten heading into the last group tie. The young Malaysian team, with an average age of just 22, took an early lead as Tokyo Olympic bronze medalists Aaron Chia and So-woo Yik defeated Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi in the men's doubles match.
And that's a terrific way to open the tie.
But Japan drew level after Akane Yamaguchi defeated Kisone Salvadore in women's singles, winning both games 21-14.
Akane Yamaguchi totally orchestrating affairs out here on show court 1. Gets it done.
Momota then exacted some revenge on Li Zixia to put Japan ahead.
Oh, nice. Again, the straight smash. Paying dividend.
The two-time world champion got through a tough fight in the first game, which included a 51-shot rally, before winning 21-18, 21-10 to avenge his loss to Lee at the All England Open in March.
Pure quality, turning on the style.
Japan went on to wrap up a 4-1 victory and finish Group D winners, with Malaysia joining them in the last 8. In the quarter-final, defending champions China were drawn against Denmark in a highly anticipated matchup, in which Olympic champions on both sides delivered when it mattered. Denmark picked up the opening point in men's doubles through Anders Skar Rasmussen and Frederik Søgaard, who downed He Ting and To Hao Dong. But Chen Yufei pulled China level by beating Mia Blichfeld in women's singles.
It's well worked by Chen Yufei. Lovely play.
The Olympic champion had to dig deep after losing the first game before raising her level for a comeback victory.
Oh my goodness! That is wonderful! What a rally!
Fellow Tokyo 2020 gold medalist Victor Axelsen then put Denmark back in front with a 21-17, 21-14 win over Shi Yu-chi in men's singles.
He's made it!
It's in.
Axelsen again has proved too strong for Shi, who's now lost 6 straight matches to the world number 2. But China had more depth in their squad. Women's pair Cheng Ching Chen and Jia Yifan made it all square with a commanding win over Maiken Furugard and Sarah Tigerson, before Wang Yi Liu and Huang Dongping wrapped up victories in mixed doubles. The Olympic champions were down by 7 points at one stage of the opening game, but recovered to win 21-18, 21-12 as China secured their 17th consecutive semi-final appearance. Korea and Thailand also went the distance as they battled to play China in the last 4. 3-time semi-finalists Thailand took the lead when Dechapol Pwavuranukroh and Sapsiri Teratanachai beat Kim Wan-ho and Kong Hee-yong in the opening mixed doubles match.
Yes, it will.
But Korea won the next 2 singles matches to move ahead. In men's singles, Hyo Kwang-hee fought from a game down against Kunlavut Vititsan, then found another gear when trailing 12-17 in the 3rd game for a come-from-behind victory.
Look at the reaction. Tells its own story, doesn't it?
After An Se-young claimed another point in women's singles, Thailand forced a decider by winning the men's doubles through Supak Jomko and Kittinupong Kedren. And it all came down to the women's doubles match between Lee So-hee and Shin Seung-chan and Jongkulpan Kittitarakul and Sapsiri Teratanachai. The Koreans outlasted the Thais in a nervy 90-minute marathon to book their ticket to the semis.
Serving their nation in style. It's job done for Team Korea.
Malaysia faced a tall order against Indonesia for a place in the last 4, as they have never beaten their old rivals in a World Mixed Team Championships match. But the tremendous fighting spirit of Malaysia's young shuttlers paid off as they pulled off an unlikely victory. Men's pair Aaron Chia and So Wee Yik got off on the right foot for Malaysia by stunning world number 1s Marcus Fernaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo 21-12, 21-15. Gregoria Mariska Tunjung then restored parity for Indonesia, getting the better of Kusona Salvadore, but not before some super intense rallies.
There it is.
Reigning All England men's singles champion Li Zixia then put Malaysia back in front, taming Anthony Sinisuka Ginting in just 44 minutes. But in women's doubles, Gracia Poli and Apriyani Rahayu got them back on level terms, edging Pearly Tan and Tina Muralitharan in a closely fought battle. With the score tied at 2-all, Hu Pang-ron and Chia Yi-si stood strong to the challenge from Praveen Jordan and Malati Daiva Octavianti.
It's out. Malaysia have done it. They've created history.
Hu and Chia clinched a 21-19, 9-21, 21-16 victory as Malaysia emulated their 2009 success of reaching the last 4 of the tournament. Japan and Chinese Taipei squared off in the other quarterfinal of the half, with Li Zhenhui and Yang Po Swan drawing first blood in men's doubles in straight games over Akira Koga and Taichi Saito. But Japan were put back on the winning track by their women's and men's singles stars. Akane Yamaguchi delivered a near faultless display to sweep away Paiyu Po 21-11, 21-13 in just 34 minutes. Kento Momota, meanwhile, had to keep his composure to overcome a spirited challenge from Cho Tien-chen.
Great defence again from the Japanese. Frustrating his opponent and frustrating him into netting at 21-16.
The world number 4 put up a good fight, forcing a decider after losing the first game. But Momota regrouped in the last game to seal the 21-16, 19-21, 21-17 win in 82 minutes. A straight games win for Mayu Matsumoto and Misaki Matsutomo in women's doubles over Su Ya-ching and Hu Lingfang secured Japan's berth in the last 4, where they would face Malaysia for the second time in 3 days. On the other side of the break, action from the semi-finals and finals as we relive the best moments from the TotalEnergies BWF Sudirman Cup Finals 2021. Welcome back to the TotalEnergies BWF Sudirman Cup Finals 2021 review show. The semi-finals got started with China looking for a 14th consecutive final appearance as they took on Korea. Their most reliable mixed pair, Wang Yi-liu and Huang Dongping, kicked off the tie in assertive fashion, getting past Korea's scratch pairing of Seo Seung-jae and Shin Seung-chan in straight games. The Tokyo Olympic champions were dominant throughout as their pace and precision were too much to handle for the Korean duo. Wang was fast in the rallies while Huang showed great reflexes at the net and in her defence.
Oh, that's a pity from a Korean perspective.
It took 44 minutes for the informed pair to wrap up the match, 21-14, 21-15.
That's gone wide.
It was a different story in men's singles as favourite Shi Yu-chi was pushed by Korea's number 1, Hyo Kwang-hee, right from the start.
Unbelievable. What a rally.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
The world number 10, who lost his last 2 matches, was obviously not at his best in the first game. Shi failing to find the line there as Hyo took the first game 21-17. The 25-year-old Chinese, however, was able to find his rhythm. With improved shot placements, he forced the decider after a one-sided second game. Fresh from winning his first men's singles gold at China's national games in September, Shi kept his momentum in the third game.
Brilliant. Well-constructed rally.
He was up by 6 points at one stage and never looked back to win the deciding game 21-11 as China ran away with a 2-0 advantage.
Only needed the one opportunity.
The attention then fell on Chen Yufei as she took on An Soo-young. It's a rematch of the Tokyo 2020 quarter-final, where Chen claimed victory without dropping a game and went on to win the gold medal.
Oy. That's great play.
That is fantastic.
Chen has an unblemished record in their past 5 matchups, but it was An who got off to a flying start, taking the first game 21-14. As expected, Chen was able to raise her level and made the needed adjustment.
Oh! Well, she held her racket up, Chen Yufei.
The 19-year-old kept her spirit high though, as she battled to keep the tie alive for Korea.
Oh, that's a beauty.
but the newly crowned Chinese national champion stepped up to win the second game 21-15 and force a decider. Chen took charge in the third, keeping her cool to finish it 21-15 to improve her record against Un to 6-0 as China marched to their 14th straight Sudirman Cup final. Malaysia ended a 12-year wait for a semi-final berth at the Sudirman Cup by beating Indonesia, but the young Malaysians knew they needed to further up their game to stand a chance against star-studded Japan. It's a rematch of the final Group D tie, which Japan won 4-1 and finished as group winners. In the opening match, Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi took advantage of a sloppy performance by Aaron Chia and So Woo-yik.
It's the Japanese who get the first breakthrough in this semi-final.
The Japanese pair lost a close battle to the Tokyo Olympic bronze medalists in the group stage and were keen to make amends.
Right up in the forehand of the lefty at the back.
Hoki and Kobayashi took full control with their fast and aggressive playing style and claimed the first point for Japan, winning 21-15, 21-14. Japan then doubled their lead through Akane Yamaguchi in a lopsided women's singles encounter against Kisona Salvadore. Facing the world number 5 for the second time in 3 days, Salvadore looked uneasy and was totally outplayed as she collected only 12 points in 2 games. Yamaguchi needed just 26 minutes to get the job done, winning 21-7, 21-5. With Japan up by 2 points, all the pressure was on Li Ziqia's shoulders as he had to beat world number 1 Kenta Momota in men's singles to keep alive their hopes of progressing. And to his credit, the Malaysian captain showed great determination despite not getting the start he wanted.
Really, that's beautiful play from both the players. A wonderful play. Excellent.
The All-England champion was more proactive than his last match with Momota, where he lost in straight games. Lee was down by 4 points at the early stage, but bounced back with an energetic performance to take the lead. The scoreline remained close at the end and could have gone either way, but Lee managed to save a game point before winning 22-20. The intensity remained high in the second game as Lee and Momota went toe-to-toe.
Oh, power-laden. Look at that. Momota fused to the spot, barely flinched there.
With the score tied at 19-all, Lee kept his nerve and won 2 points in succession to beat Momota, extending Malaysia's dream of making their first final appearance. Malaysia then looked to pull level through world number 19 pairing of Tina Muralitharan and Pearly Tan, who were up against Mayu Matsumoto and Misaki Matsutomo. It was a tight battle from the start, but the Japanese pair made the right moves at crunch time. Down 17-19, Matsumoto and Matsutomo strung together 4 straight points to steal the first game.
It's a fabulous game.
It was neck and neck at the start of the second, but the Japanese duo's experience counted deep into the game as they overcame the Malaysians 21-19, 21-17. Japan claimed a 3-1 victory and were through to the final for the third time in 4 editions. 11-time champions China, already the most successful team in the competition, were looking for more glory as they faced Japan in the title match. It was the third final meeting between the badminton powerhouses, with China completing a 3-0 clean sweep in both previous encounters in 2015 and 2019. In those editions, China were the hosts, so this time in Finland, Japan were hoping to be third time lucky. The opening men's doubles match started with a bang, with both teams demonstrating all their fighting qualities to handle the occasion. He Ziting and To Hao Dong took the first game from Hoki Takuro and Yugo Kobayashi, but the Japanese duo gave an immediate response in the second.
That is quick. That is quick.
Yeah.
Takura raised his level and became more proactive in the rallies, helping Japan to draw level.
Indecision there from Zhao Haodong.
But He and Zhou were more consistent in the final game.
Well, it's a run of 6 straight points.
The Chinese pair upped their level to 6-all and went on from there before closing out for the win 21-17, 14-21, 21-16 and putting China 1-0 ahead.
And they've done it on their first match point opportunity.
Up next in women's singles, Chen Yufei faced Akane Yamaguchi for the 18th time in her career, with Yamaguchi holding a slight edge 9-8 over Chen in the head-to-head.
That's going wide. Oof. Yeah, well worked.
The pair had a great battle from the start before Yamaguchi found another gear to set up 5 game points.
Oh, that was going out.
That was going out.
Oh, what defence!
But Chen didn't give up without a fight, winning the next 4 points in a row to set up a nervy ending.
Well played, Chen Yufei.
Yamaguchi kept her composure and pounced at the 5th time of asking to strike the first blow. The world number 5 kept the momentum in the second game and her sizzling pace continued to give Chen trouble. The scoreline remained tight at the latter stage, but again Yamaguchi was tipping the balance in critical moments. She set up 4 match points at the end and with a well-timed jump smash, finished the tie 21-19, 21-16. Sweet revenge for Yamaguchi, who lost to Chen at the same stage in the 2019 tournament. Xie Yuqi then faced an uphill challenge to beat world number 1 Kento Momota in men's singles. In their previous 5 encounters, Xie managed just 1 win, but the 25-year-old adopted a more attack-minded approach this time round, and it paid off in the opener. The newly crowned Chinese national champion built up a 10-point lead and was in full command to take the first game 21-13.
Oh, brilliant!
Xie, however, failed to maintain the same intensity in the second game, allowing Momota to fight back to force a decider. The game was rather one-sided, with Xie only taking 8 points from the 2-time world champion.
As well, he's had enough of that game.
But Xie found his groove at the right time in the final game. He was obviously more energetic and quickly built up a 7-point advantage at the mid-game changeover. Momota was unable to find the right response as Xie triumphed 21-13, 8-21, 21-12 to put China back ahead.
He's done it! Yes, the delight for Xie Yuqi.
With a 2-1 lead, Chen Qingchen and Jia Yifan were in position to claim the winning point for China as they took on Mayu Matsumoto and Misaki Matsutomo in women's doubles.
That's brilliant!
Fantastic rally.
The Tokyo Olympic silver medalists were pushed all the way before taking the first game.
Oh, I don't believe it! The lucky netball from the left-hander, Jia Yifan.
The second game remained a closely fought affair, but a determined Chen and Jia kept piling pressure on the Japanese duo in every rally.
Both the Japanese players leaving it for the other.
They eventually smashed their way to a 21-17, 21-16 victory as China beat Japan 3-1 to lift the Sudirman Cup once again.
And the Sudirman Cup is retained.
China lived up to their billing as badminton giants as they were crowned champions for a record-extending 12 times. Congratulations to China for their unbelievable achievement in the mixed team competition. Thanks for watching, and from Vanta, it's goodbye from us.